Hey, so let's talk about something that's become a basic life skill in our world: digital security. And no, this isn't just for the tech wizards anymore. This is for every single one of us.
I mean, just think about it for a second. Your banking, your shopping, how you talk to your friends and family, pretty much everything is online now. And while that's incredibly convenient, it also means there are a whole new set of doors that we need to learn how to lock. So, okay, our lives are online, but what are the dangers we're actually up against? You might be picturing some super genius hacker from a movie, but honestly, it's usually way, way simpler than that. To really protect ourselves, we've got to get inside the head of an attacker. And the thing is, most of them aren't trying to break through some crazy complex firewall. Nope, they're just looking for an easy opening, relying on simple tricks and, basic human error. And this right here, this is probably the #1 attack you're ever going to see. Phishing is it's a con game. It's all about deception. The whole goal is to trick you into handing over the keys to your kingdom, your passwords, your credit card info, all of it. So, how do you spot one of these things? Well, you gotta look for the red flags. Hackers love to create a sense of panic, right? They'll send an email that says, "Your account is about to be suspended. Act now." They're also counting on you not noticing the little things, like a company's name being misspelled. And just remember the classic rule: if an offer seems way too good to be true, it is. It's all a trick to get your password, which brings us to your next major line of defense. And wow, this slide just lays it all out, doesn't it? On the left, you've got passwords that a computer program could crack in like seconds. On the right, you have a real defense. But here's the secret. It's not just about making it complex. It's about making it long. A password like true 4D and 3 is good, yeah, but a silly phrase like correct horse battery staple is even better, because every single letter you add makes it exponentially harder to guess. And the most important part, you have to use a different unique password for every single account. Period. And don't forget, these guys are opportunists. So beyond just tricking you, they're looking for any easy way in. You know that free Wi-Fi at the coffee shop? That can be a total goldmine for someone trying to snoop on your data. The same goes for clicking on weird pop-ups or downloading files from places you don't recognize. All right, that's enough about the bad guys. Let's talk about how to fight back. This is the fun part, the empowering part. We're going to go over how you can build your own digital fortress and make it so much harder for anyone to break in. Okay, this is a huge one. You need to get this in your head. Even the best password in the world isn't enough anymore. Why? Because it can get stolen in a data breach from a company you completely trust. That's why you absolutely need more than one layer of defense. Which brings us to one of the most powerful tools you have: multi-factor authentication, or MFA. Just think of it like this. You need 2 different keys to open a door instead of just one. So even if a hacker somehow steals your password, they're stuck. They can't get in without that second key, that little code that pops up on your phone. So let's put this all together. These 4 habits, these are the pillars of your fortress. We've hit on strong, unique passwords and MFA. Keeping your software updated is also a huge deal, because those updates are often fixing the exact security holes that hackers are looking for. And finally, using secure connections just protects your data while it's flying through the air. Now, if those are the pillars, think of these as reinforcing the walls. A good antivirus program is like having a guard on duty, constantly scanning for threats. And just as important, being really thoughtful about what you share and what you download, that's like keeping the drawbridge up. You're just reducing your risk from the get-go. But what if, despite doing everything right, something still goes wrong? Well, the most important thing is not to panic. If you have a clear plan, you can make a huge difference in how much damage is done. So how would you even know if something's happened? It's not always going to be a big, obvious sign, but there are definitely some common warning signs you should always have in the back of your mind. Yeah, some of these are pretty obvious, right? If you get an email alert that your password was changed and you didn't do it, that's a massive red flag. Same goes if your friends start telling you they're getting weird spam messages from you. But look at the more subtle signs too. If your computer suddenly starts running super slow, it could mean there's some malware chugging away in the background. If you see any of those signs, this is your playbook. This is what you do. First, lock the attacker out. Change your passwords right away. Pulling your device off the internet can literally stop them in their tracks. Then, and only then, you can focus on cleaning up the mess and reporting what happened. Okay, as we start to wrap this up, let's get to the single most important idea of all. And it's this:
Security is not something you do once, it's a mindset you adopt for good.
This quote really just says it all. You don't just, get secure one day and then you're done forever. It's about building good habits and sticking with them every single day you're online.
And let's circle back to what we said at the very beginning. Hackers are opportunists. They are looking for the unlocked door, the easy win. The vast majority of breaches are not the results of some brilliant mastermind hacker. They're the result of a simple, totally avoidable mistake. And that's the crucial point. You are not powerless in this at all. In fact, you already have the two most powerful security tools there are: your awareness of these threats and your own vigilance in looking out for them. Look, by putting these simple ideas into practice, you are making yourself a much, much harder target. You're building your fortress, you're creating your emergency plan, and you're adopting the mindset of someone who is in command of their own digital life. So the only question left is, are you ready to take control?